Hi, my name is Rachel and this is activerachelanne, and today I'm teaming up with iTrackBites to talk to you about how to stay in control for Independence Day. Tip number 1, have a goal in mind. Tell yourself, how do I want to feel on July 5th? Do I want to feel bloated, guilt-ridden, crabby, mad, sad? All because I didn't stay on track and because I didn't keep my goal? Or do you want to feel sexy, in control, confident, happy, and able to conquer the world on July 5th? All because you chose to stay on track and eat the right things, drink the right amounts, and stay in control on the 4th of July. Tip number 2, activity. Let's talk about activity for a moment. There are some people out there that believe that they can eat whatever they want and they'll make up for it by doing extra activity or extra exercise. But let me tell you something. That's nearly impossible to do, especially when you eat a lot. And the normal person in this world can't make up that many calories with exercise. So instead of fooling yourself, go ahead and just be honest with yourself. Be realistic. And so instead of like running a marathon before you head out the door to go to your gathering, tell yourself that maybe the opposite of that would be sitting in a chair at this gathering all day with a drink in your hand and a plate of food on your lap. And then just tell yourself, I'll meet somewhere in the middle. Maybe I'll get up and I'll offer to wash dishes or pick up some scraps of paper on the ground or help the kids in the backyard if there's any kids there. With sparklers or toys, or run around and be playful. It doesn't mean that you have to be like, oh, I gotta work out and I gotta take this walk, but you're actually more active that way than if you were sedentary and sitting. Tip number 3, don't skip or skimp on meals prior to the gathering. Kind of piggybacks on the last topic, but basically, if you skip breakfast and lunch and then fill up and tell yourself that you're going to have X amount of calories at dinner, or that you don't care how many calories you eat for dinner, most likely you're going to overeat more so than you would have if you ate a balanced breakfast and lunch. So go ahead, eat a normal size, maybe even just a smaller size breakfast and lunch, but then tell yourself, I'm going to have a normal helping at dinner. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and eat everything. Stay within control. Stay within a plate of food that you normally would eat. And say to yourself, that's it. Tip number 4, eat the fruit and veggies. Don't turn away yet. Don't fast forward from me. I know, it's like a broken record. People say that a lot. There are some people out there that they don't like fruit and veggies. So in that case, fill up on lean proteins. Is there some ham, some chicken, some turkey? Go ahead and eat that. Have that be the biggest portion on your plate, because the protein is going to be something that's going to make you feel full and make you feel satisfied longer than if you were to have like just sweets and chips, let's say. Okay? And tell yourself that it's okay to eat meat even if you don't want to eat the fruit and veggies. Tip number 5, keep your back to the table. What that means is if the celebration is indoors, let's say it's raining where you're at, and all the food is going to be gathered in the living room, well, maybe try to eat the food in a different room, like the dining room. But put your back towards the table of food. If your celebration is outdoors, and everybody's gathering in the backyard, and that's where the picnic table is full of food, well, turn your back to that picnic table and face the side yard. Eat in the side yard. Eat in the front yard. And turn your back to that table. If your celebration is all in one spot, like it's the downstairs basement of a big convention center for some reason for the 4th of July, or it's in the middle of a giant field or a park or a pavilion, and you don't really have another place to go where you can't see the food, well, You control your situation. Turn your back and put your back towards the food. Have your girlfriends or your family or your friends face the food. You don't have to face the food. And then that way, you're not sitting there listening to Karen's same old story, drooling all over your plate because you're staring at the table full of food really and not really even hearing her story. And then this way, with your back towards the table, you can eat your food, listen to Karen's story or not if you don't want to, but you'll have the full attention elsewhere. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Tip number 6, take a selfie. No, not a selfie of just your face. Take a selfie of your food plate and then go ahead, upload it to Instagram if you have an account. Tag myself, activerachelanne, tag iTrackBites, and hold us as your mini accountability partner. We want to see your plates of food. We want to interact with you. If we're available and we can write back to you, we certainly will. But this is kind of a way to tell yourself that you're publicly posting and accountable for what you're putting on your plate. And then that way we can all see what you had on your plate, whether you want to share with us or not. But it's just a fun little tip to kind of be aware of what you have, the food that you are choosing to put on your plate. And then commit to eating that full plate. Like, don't just do it for us. This is for you. And the last tip in this section is ultimately, during this COVID season, the gatherings are going to probably be smaller. The groups of people are going to be smaller, more intimate. You've chosen these people to be around. So enjoy them. Enjoy the loved ones. Enjoy your friends' stories that you've probably heard 1,000 times. Enjoy them. Give yourself the okay to have a good belly laugh and try to put out of your mind the eating and the moving and the exercising and the activity and just enjoy the moment. Okay, here are some extra bonus tips. If you're the host, then choose to grill the food for the people who are coming to your house if you can, because the fat that's in the meat drips off into the flame, never to be eaten again. It doesn't just pool in the pot or the bottom of the pan and then get back on the food and all of us eat it. Next tip, BYOLM. Bring your own lean meat. So that's turkey brats, ground turkey for turkey burgers. You've got chicken of any kind, maybe just, marinate it, bring that with. There's lean beef out there, there's lean pork out there. Just you be in control of what you can be in control of, right? So see if the host will let you bring your own meat. All right, the next tip is about dips. I know, everybody likes dips. Dips are like the bane of many people's existence when they get together for these gatherings, right? So my suggestion is to skip the dips that have sour cream, cream cheese, and mayonnaise. They're higher calories, people. So instead, focus and see if the host has a dip that's made with yogurt. Bring your own dip if you can, if they let you. If you haven't already brought all the food yourself. Maybe just try the food or the veggie or the fruit without dip. It might be really great, naked. And lastly, if you do need to bring a dip, go ahead and choose the low-calorie dip at home in your own fridge. They have great little inconspicuous bottles at the dollar store with the little flip-top lid. You can put in your purse, or guys, you can put in your back pocket. Nobody will even know. You can just add it to your fruit, veggies, or whatever the food is because you know how many calories are per serving in that little container. If you are a non-alcoholic drinker, stay away from sugared and diet soda. I know this is like groundbreaking, right? Like nobody ever taught me this earlier in life, but when you get to these gatherings, you think that's all there is to drink, and it's really not. What you could do instead is have sparkling water, or if the host has just regular water, just use tap water, and then put the fruit and the veggies in that glass of water that you brought to the party earlier, or that is sitting on the table. Watermelon goes well in water, sparkling water, regular water. Cucumbers is a good one to add. but you have control over the flavor that you put in that cup. And it doesn't have to be fake sugar or real sugar. It can just be natural sugar. And if you're an alcoholic drinker, then go ahead and stick more towards those clear alcohols like vodka and gin. They're lower in calories, actually. And then if you're going to be a beer drinker, just be careful about the low carb beers that they all exclaim are so great because they're low carb. They might be higher in calories. So just kind of keep those tips and tricks in mind. This is Rachel from activerachelanne. Thank you, iTrackBites, for having me on your channel. This has been fun. I hope you guys having a wonderful, amazing time. Ultimately, it's all about getting together with the people around you, appreciating this country and our freedom to be able to do what we need to do what we want to do, and be able to exercise our right to do a lot of things and say a lot of things. And this country is amazing. It's great. Remember the reason of why you're gathering and just make it fun. We will see you guys next week. Good luck. You can do this. You can stay on your goal. You can be amazing. And I can't wait to hear about it. Make sure to put something down in the comments down below so I can hear all about how your Independence Day went. We'll see you next week.